Now number 9 says functions f and g are defined as follows. F of x equal to cos x for x being less than or equal to 0 and being less than or equal to pi, and g of x equal to 3 cos x minus pi plus 2 for x being less than or equal to pi also being less than or equal to 2 pi. Right? So from pi to 2 pi, then f of x from 0 to pi. Then part A says describe fully the transformations that have been combined to transform the graph of y equals f of x to the graph of y equals g of x. Right? So we're going from cos x to 3 cos x minus pi plus 2. Right? And like I've said before, with these types of questions, we start with the transformations that are closest to x. So it will be like we're working from inside going out from the transformation that is closest to x. And from here we can see that the transformation that's closest to x is this translation right here. So there's a subtraction of pi, meaning there's a translation of vector pi 0. Right? We're moving pi to the right. If it's minus pi, it means in the x-axis we're moving pi units to the right. And as a vector, we just write it as pi 0. Right? So we're moving pi units to the right. Then after that, this follows. Right? And that's a stretch in the y-axis, or a vertical stretch in the y-axis of vector 3, right? A vertical stretch of vector 3. Then lastly, we have this one. This is now a vertical translation, right? A vertical translation of 2 units going up, which we can show as a vector as 0, 2, right? Vertical translation of vector this. Then this is the horizontal translation, right? Horizontal translation. Then you get your 4 marks for part A. And for part B, it says on the given axis, sketch the graphs of y equal to f of x and y equal to g of x. And for that, we know f of x is cos theta, and the other one is 3 cos was it x minus this plus 2. Let me just confirm. Yes, that's it. So we are going to sketch the graph of f of x first. You know, the cos graph looks like this. It crosses the y-axis at 1, crosses the x-axis at pi. So there's a point here, a point here, and a point here. And this is y equal to f of x, right, for the given range of values of x, right? Now for us to draw this one, first we're going to move pi units to the right, right? So each point is going to move pi units to the right. Let me use a different color here. So this point right here will move pi units to the right, so it's going to be here, right? And this point here will move pi units to the right, so it's going to be here, like that. Then this will move pi units, so it will be 3 pi somewhere here, which we are not worried about. right? And now our graph will be looking like this, right? Just after the translation, yeah, right? But after that, we know that there is a vertical stretch, so it's like just multiplying the graph by 3. And to do that, we know if we say 1 times 3, we get a 3, and minus 1 times 3, we get minus 3, right? Then after that, we're going to add 2, right? So adding 2 to that graph in the y-axis, this will go to 5, right? This will go to 5, and this will go to minus 1, right? So our graph is ranging from minus 1 to 5, minus 1 to 5. That's our range now, right? So meaning this point right here will be at pi 5, and this one will be, it was here, so 0 times 3, that's 0, plus 2, it's moving 2 units up, right, to 2, right? So it's now like this, and this will be our graph for y equal to g of x, like that. I hope that was clear. You get your 4 marks. And moving on to part C, it says find the inverse of g, then f a third pi. So these kind of questions, remember, work from inside going out. So first we're going to figure out what f a third pi is, right? F a third pi, we know f is cos x, so if it's f a third pi, we are substituting x with 1/3 pi, so it'll be cos a third pi, right? And that gives us a half, right? So in other words, it's the inverse of g of x, substituting half for x, like that. But now we need g of x. We need g of x so that we can get its inverse. So g of x is 3 cos x minus pi plus 2. So taking this to be y, it's y equals 3 cos x minus pi plus 2, like that, right? Then we swap y and x around, so this will be x equal to 3 cos y minus pi plus 2. Then we make this y the subject. So making that y the subject, I'm going to move this 2 to the other side. It will be x minus 2. Then divide both sides by 3, so it's over 3, equal to cos y minus pi. Moving cos to the other side, it's cos inverse, like dividing by cos both sides. X minus 2 over 3 equals to y minus pi. And moving pi to the other side, it's now pi plus the cos inverse of x minus 2 over 3 is equal to y. And this will be our inverse of g of x. It's equal to pi plus arc cos x minus 2 over 3, right? Then in here, we're going to substitute half for x. So it'll be pi arc cos half minus 2 over 3. And that will give us 1 2/3 pi, like that, right? You get your 4 marks. And for D, says explain why the composite function fg cannot be formed, right? So for fg to form, the range of the inner function should be within or equal to the domain of the outer function, right? So looking at this, the inner function is g and the outer function is f. So for fg to form, the range of g of x should be within or equal to the domain of the outer function, which is f, right? So if the condition is not met, for example, in this case, because they have already said it cannot be formed, it means that condition is not met, right? So the range of g of x, right? Range of g of x, we can get it from this diagram. It's from -1 to 5, from -1 through to 5, right? So range of g of x is -1 less than g of x less than 5, right? And the domain of f of x, it's given is 0 less than x less than pi. So it's 0 less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to pi, right? So let me try and explain this a bit further. So if we have a number line like this, -1, then maybe 5 here, g of x is going from -1 through to 5, like that, right? And f of x, so we're taking this as a domain, right? I know I said range is the range of g of x that should be within or equal to the domain of f of x, but for the sake of explaining, let me show you this. I'll be using the same number line. So from -1 to 5, then the domain of f of x is going from 0 to pi. Now pi is 3.14 something, so it's somewhere here, right? You can see that there are these regions, right, where those are the regions that are not common to both, right? So for the composite to form, it can only form for this part, right? And for the given values or the given range of values, that's sort of like impossible because we have these regions to consider as well, right? We cannot consider only one region, right? So to explain why the composite function fg cannot be formed, we just have to say the range of g of x is not within the domain of f of x, right? Then we get our 1 mark there, right?